Welcome to Mental Elevation. This channel is about staying mentally elevated. Various topics will be discussed: politics, religion, racism, and a variety of other topics. This information is just a point of view. Remember to live your life on purpose, with purpose, because it's all purpose. Mental elevation is a way of life. Peace. Welcome to another session of Message from the Streets. And today's topic, like normally, is going to be controversial to some individuals that may can't wrap their mind around the topic. And today's topic is being culturally institutionalized. Now, this topic came up the other day. Me and one of my buddies, my man, was talking, and I was telling them that, after my going in and out of the institution, the penal system, the last time I thought about it, and I said, you know what, I was institutionalized. And I was like, being institutionalized, people think that that's like just because you're going in and out of the penal system. No, institutionalization starts with a thought process. And, some of the things that made me realize that I was institutionalized is that every time I got out, I went and did the same thing over and over and over. Then when I came home, certain things you do in the institution, you put toilet paper down on the toilets and things like that. I was doing that in my own residence. And I was like, God dang. And sometimes I might still do it because the residue of institutionalization is in my mind. And it's like, I'm bringing this topic up because if you do not acknowledge that you are institutionalized, maybe from the penal system or from the culture, you're not going to be able to get over it. It's a thing that your mind has to be recalibrated, start to become aware of the things that you're doing that's associated with the institutionalized thought process that you are engaging in. And a lot of people, they're on the streets and they institutionalized. I noticed that, not just that they're institutionalized, they are locked up, even though they never been in confinement behind, behind bars in BOP or down Lord in over the jail or any other place locked up over the United States or the world. But in their minds, they're institutionalized. What do I mean by that? Being institutionalized is a state of being where though that you refuse to grow. You stop growing because you have become complacent with where you at, and you think that you have arrived, and you are proud of this thought process that's most definitely damaging to you, your children, your community, those that you're supposed to be thriving with. They're assisting having a better experience, because when you do better, those around you, feed off of you and they'll do better. Everybody not going to do it. Why? Because they institutionalized. Some people comfortable with getting up every day, going to the block, shaking out, doing this. Some people comfortable being institutionalized by getting up every day, smoking the weed, drinking the drinks, popping the pills, smoking the coke, pushing the dope in their arms. They comfortable with that. But that is a state of institutionalization, a mental prison that we have created for ourselves. Where you hear that at before? The Matrix. A mental prison that has been created for our minds. And so many of us have been victimized by this institutionalized matrix thought process that it has become normal when it is abnormal for spiritual beings having a human experience, because as spiritual beings, it is our destiny, our goal, and our inheritance to continue to progress, to grow. Trial, error, experience brings growth. If you are stuck somewhere, shipwrecked, marooned in your thought process, unforgiving, or whatever your choice of being stuck or institutionalized is, you need to address it, because if you don't address it, it's going to address you. If you don't address it, it has already arrested you and convicted you and have you confined confined within the institution of your mind within inside of your own being. Some of us refuse to grow. Some of us, again, we take it as a badge of honor to be the same person that we was when we was 15, 16, 17 years old. That's not intelligent. You have stunted your growth. And in a medical term, they use the term retardation. Your growth has been retarded. And that means that it hasn't grown to its fullest potential. And not, making mockery of individuals that are identified as mentally challenged. I'm talking about, this is a term, retarded, is used in biology of the stunning of the growth of cells. So what cells are retarded in you? It's the mind cells that refuse to grow, to keep on duplicating and duplicating the same old course of action, round and round and round and round on the merry-go-rounds of life. Now, making mention of that, some people not gonna like this. Some of my brothers, my sisters, you institutionalized to the hood. You see what I'm saying? You talking about, I love the hood. That's foolish. You know why? Because the hood don't love you. The hood didn't love your mens and them that got bop, 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 bop. Your hood didn't love your mothers and your aunties and your uncles and your nephews that strung out on dope and crack cocaine and popping pills right now. The hood is a contributor to that. And you love the hood. Oh, you know why you say you love the hood? Because you're infatuated by the lifestyle. You're infatuated by the money that you get. For the love of money is the root of all evil. It's not money itself, but it's for the love of it. And some of us have fallen in love with this fantasy of the hood that is a good place. It's a good things happening in there. And I'm not putting down the people that have grown or had contributed to, the environment or the culture of the communities that are in the hood that's doing positive. I'm talking about you, brothers and sisters that's out there that is playing a role. You have a mask on. You're pretending to be a thug. You're pretending to be this villainized woman or this young lady. This, you pretending out there all the time. You don't even know who you are. Because why? You institutionalize in your mind. From what? From the music, from the movies, from the television shows, and you don't even know it. We've been programmed from youth that has certain types of thoughts because of the television programs that we watch. But what happened is we brought those programs to the streets. So now we're robbers, thieves, drug dealers, hustlers, prostitutes, women that don't have respect for themselves, for their family, for their men, for their children. We are bad examples of life, and we are glorifying this. Because why? Because we're on the playground of our minds. And that playground is the devil's playground, per se, the lower self, because we are in that state of consciousness on the merry-go-round, playing and playing and playing. And guess what? The next thing you know, you're in that old raggedy box, being carried by six. And I don't know what happened once, we transition from this physical, but one thing I know that you can't say, dang, I wish I would have did this or I wish I would have did that. Now is the time to do this. Now is the time to do that. What is that? To get your life together, to break the psychological chains, to be what you were created to be, or at least step on the path to being an upright man or woman. Stand on the square, as they say in the Masonic Joint. Stand upright. Become your authentic self. Practice. That's what it takes. A lot of us have practice, and we have become professional video game players. We have become professional ratchet women. We have become professional deadbeat fathers. How did we get there? Practice. So how do we get up out of that? Practice. Once we start doing a certain thing continuously, it becomes a part of our life. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, being institutionalized, a fragment is dealing with the penitentiary or being incarcerated in a physical place. Most people are institutionalized within the matrix of their minds, within the confinements of the prison cells of their consciousness because of agreements that have been made with themselves. that are actually illusions that have individuals trapped, ensnared, unable to move forward, unable to elevate on account of the agreements we have made with our ego and our pride. Put it down, let it go. Let it go so you can grow. And that's it and that's all. I'm saying, how much drinks you gonna drink? How much smoke you gonna smoke? And people tell me, man, I'm an addict for the rest of my life. Man, that's a lie. You ain't coming this world with no pipe in your mouth, no joint in your hand, no bottle in your mouth. Maybe a baby bottle you had to milk, but not no 40s or no Heineken green bottles or whatever. If you're going to be an addict for life, it's because you chose to. You made an agreement in your mind. You made an agreement with what someone put out there as an idea to attempt to assist you. But you know what? That idea also, if you don't come to the state of consciousness, that it will hold you on a certain particular type of bondage. If you need to think that to stay clean and sober, hey, that's what you think. But I'm telling you, it's not true. You're not an addict. You wasn't born an addict. You're not going to die addict. You don't have to. You can. Why? Because you choose to. Ladies and gentlemen, just as you choose to be confined or under the oppression of alcohol, drugs, psychotic thinking, disrespectful speaking, you can choose to make the adjustments in your thought process. Stop the thinking and get off autopilot and stand up amongst the nations of the people on this planet and represent. Stop representing your lower self. Represent your higher self. Represent the God that you say that you acknowledge. All of us walking around in this junk bent over crooked in hypocrisy. But we can, if we choose to, stand up straight and attempt to be upright and finish the race strong. Because it's the God in us that is the hope of glory. We are the temples of the Most High God. Anything else is uncivilized. Praise him to raise him. Peace, love, and grace and goodwill to all mankind. Free yourself from your own personal created prison. Peace. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the content. Always remember we can agree to disagree. So thumbs up, thumbs down is all good. Appreciate your comments. Also remember to stay elevated. Peace.